All right, sixth grade 14.6, talking about subsets today. So here we're starting off with two sets, okay? Set B, the books of the Bible, and set A, the books in the New Testament. Now, what is a relationship that we can recognize between set B and set A? Okay, well, books in the New Testament are also books of the Bible, right? Now, not all books of the Bible are books in the New Testament because that wouldn't include the Old Testament, but all books in the New Testament are books of the Bible. So we would say that A is what we call a subset of B because every element of A, every book in the New Testament is an element of B. Every book in the New Testament is a book of the Bible, okay? We have a symbol for this, okay? And our symbol for subset is like this squished C with a line under it. And this means is a subset of. So we could write A is a subset of B because every element in A is also an element of B, okay? We have an opposite of is a subset of, and that symbol looks like our subset symbol with a line through it, okay? And that means is not a subset of, okay? So let's look at how this fleshes out. Example number 1, which sets are subsets of G if G is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3? So which ones are subsets of this? First, we have A. A has 1, 2, 3, okay? So what we're saying is A subset of G? Is every element of A also an element of G? Well, I see 1, 2, 3, and I see 1, 2, 3 in G. So yes, A is a subset of G, and we would write that A is a subset of G, okay? Set B is 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Now, what is missing here? 2 is definitely in our set G, but 4 and 6 are not, okay? 4 and 6 are not. So set B would not be a subset of G because not every element is contained in G. So we would say B is not a subset of G, okay? Set C is -1, 1, okay? -1, 1. I see a -1 here, and I see a 1 here, all right? So set C is definitely a subset of set G because every element in C is included in G, okay? The last one we're looking at is this set D here. Set D, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? I see 0, I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, but I don't see 4. So D, even though it has 4 of the same elements, it does not have 4, the number 4, okay? G does not have a number 4. So D is not a subset of G, okay? Skill check number 1, is A subset of B, okay? Is A a subset of B? So A in number 1 is 7th grade boys, B is 7th grade students. So are all 7th grade boys 7th grade students? And this is just yes or no. Yes, they are, okay? Number 2, set A is small dogs. Set B is chihuahuas, poodles, and dachshunds. Now, you need to know a little something here, okay? Dachshunds are small dogs, okay? Chihuahuas are small dogs. Poodles are not small dogs. Now, some of you would want to be like, well, this set really isn't well defined, and you're actually pretty right about that. It is hard to say distinctively small dogs here, okay? But we're just going to go with, in general, poodles, we would not consider them small. So we're going to say no. We're going to say A is not a subset of B. Lastly, A, 1, 2, 3, B, integers. So is this a complete list of integers? Yes, it is. Okay, it is, because we have the ellipses here, which indicates that this just keeps going. These are our integers. So every element that's in here, set A, is an element of set B. Yes. Okay, moving right along. Every subset is a subset of itself. Okay, everything in our book is using this set C. We don't really know what's in set C, but everything in set C is in set C. Okay, so every subset is a subset of itself. The empty set, we started talking about the empty set yesterday. Remember, that's just our empty braces like that, or our circle with the line through it. And the empty set is a subset of every set. Okay? Since the empty set contains no elements, there are no elements in the empty set that are not in the given set. Therefore, the empty set is also a subset of every set. Okay? So, example number 2 says give all the possible subsets of set A, or of this set right here, that is A, B, C. Okay, give all the possible subsets of that one. So a subset can be just one element. So we could have A as a subset of A, B, C. B could be a subset of that one as well. And so could C. Then we could just kind of pair them off. A, B. Whoops, those are parentheses. BC and AC are all subsets of ABC. Then ABC is a subset of ABC because every subset is a subset of itself. And lastly, the empty set is a subset of this set, okay? Because the empty set is a subset of every set. So these are all the possible subsets just based on this set that only has 3 elements, okay? Just a side note here, we want to always list elements alphabetically or in ascending numerical order, so that means we get bigger as we move from left to right when applicable, okay? So just pay attention to that. All right, skill check number 2, which ones of these are subsets of a set that includes 1, 3, 5? So number 1, is this set here, 3, 5, is that a subset of this set that contains 1, 3, 5? Yes. 3 and 5 are in 1, 3, and 5. Yes. Okay, number 2, the empty set. Is the empty set a subset of a set that has 1, 3, 5? Yes, because the empty set is a subset of every single set. So this is a yes. Okay, number 3, 1, 3, 5. Is 1, 3, 5 a subset of 1, 3, 5? Yes, because every subset is a subset of itself. Lastly, 0. Is 0 a subset of 1, 3, 5? No, there's no 0 in 1, 3, 5. So no, this is not a subset. Okay, lastly, when we're talking about subsets, we can use Venn diagrams to show the relationship between sets. Okay, if we have set A drawn inside, sorry, I shouldn't have covered up the A like that, but there's an A, okay? If we have set A drawn inside of set B, that means A is a subset of B. Every element of A is a part of B. It's like B is wrapping around that A because every element of A is also a part of B, okay? So example number 3 says, diagram the relationship between the set I of people living in Indiana. So I is people in Indiana, okay? And S is the set of people living in the United States, okay? So we draw the circle for I inside of the circle for S because all the people that live in Indiana also live in the United States. Now, if I were to draw this, these are going to be yuckier circles, but if I were to draw this like this would be incorrect because this would say to me that everyone that lives in the United States lives in Indiana because the S is the smaller circle inside of the larger one. Does everyone that live in the United States live in Indiana? No, we live in the United States and we live in Washington, okay? So The correct diagram for set I, people that live in Indiana, is a subset of set S, people living in the United States. This is the correct Venn diagram for that. How can I write that using symbols? I is a subset of S. Okay, I is a subset of S. Skill check number 3, state the relationship between G and H. H in the Venn diagram is contained inside of G, so that tells us that H is a subset of G. Number 2 says give possible sets for G and H. Y'all, we could sit here and come up with sorts of subsets all day long. I'm going to say H is latte, mocha, Americano. All right. And G is hot drinks at Starbucks. Okay. You can get a hot latte, hot mocha, hot Americano at Starbucks. So H is a subset of G. Okay? All right. That's subsets. It's pretty straightforward. But as always, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me and ask.